Hi, everybody. Uri, today I was watching a short video which was talking about some staples in Commander. You know what staples are?
Nope.
They're like staple crops. All right. So I have a definition of staples here I've looked up. Used, needed, or enjoyed constantly, usually by many individuals. Okay. So that's what a staple is. So they had a couple of cards. They had three cards in the video, and two of them I thought those are really weird for staples, right? So, do you think this card is a staple in Magic? This is Ancient Copper Dragon, right? This is the one of the ones I have. It's the full art treatment one, right? So it says it's a dragon, red, flying. It's for six mana.
Kind of expensive.
Right? Whenever Ancient Copper Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. You create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. So you attack, you know what treasure tokens are, right?
I know. You sell them for mana.
Yeah, treasure mana. So the Copper Dragon attacks, you roll a d20, you can get up to 20 treasure. Or you can get one. Could be one. Usually it's one when I go play. Double one! Anyway. Is that a staple? Is that, by definition, used by many people?
I mean, it's a super rare card to get. So.
It is. It's a super rare card. It's a mythic card.
It's $40.
This one is like 98. Yeah. Normally around, you get them by 50. Market price is around 60 or so. But yeah, this is the full art one is more money than this full art. That's a cooler dragon, honestly. Pretty cool dragon.
Because the other one is just not colored, right?
No, well, the other one we have the showcase one, and that one's not colored. It's like a D&D page. You're right. Yeah, we do have the showcase one. But I don't think those are staples, because I don't see them a lot. They're very rare. That's why they're expensive, right? If everyone had them, they would not be expensive.
As most staples people you have, this one is super expensive, so it's not like anybody's gonna buy him unless it's really easy to pull. It's not.
Exactly. So staple. Also, you have to be playing red, right? You have to be playing red. It has 2 pips, so you have to have more than just one. You have to have a lot of red.
And you
have to have a lot. Well, yeah, dragons always have a lot of mana.
Yeah, they usually toss it 7.
I think that one's gonna go in your dragon deck.
Yeah.
Remember your dragon deck you never play?
Because that's when you keep the threat.
You're right.
The number rule of magic, don't be threat.
And it's a $100 card in your deck, which is kind of scary to carry around with you, really.
What do you mean?
I mean, when we're talking about values of decks, this is something that happens. When you go to a game store with a deck, and you're playing this deck, really, if you have like all the original cards and you have a good deck, you're bringing like hundreds of dollars, and you're playing with them at a store.
They're saying it's not safe. So if you go to a store and there's a deck and see how good your cards are, they want them, and they use this bill to take one of your cards and borrow them, and they never give it back.
Sometimes that happens. Yeah, someone would play like something would take someone's card, right? We see that all the time, right? Like in a tally, and they can like take the cards, and then maybe they just forget to give it back. Hey.
They just want to keep the good card.
When we have friends coming over, right? Sometimes they borrow my decks, right? Like Luke and Alan, yeah, they borrow my decks, and we have those like cards that steal other cards, right? Like that Captain N, the Mind Flayer deck does that, and often after the game, maybe even a week or 2 later, I go, where is that card? It's not in this deck. There's only 99 cards here. And I have to look through my other decks for the card from that deck. So that even happens just within my own decks. All right. So another staple that was in the same video is this one I pulled up over here. So I have this card, but I didn't want to pull it. I don't know where it is right now. So it's a Dockside Extortionist, right? Have you ever seen this card played?
I think I have maybe one.
I've played this one a couple times, right? So when Dockside Extortionist comes in, enters the battlefield, create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. Again with these treasures, huh? Are treasure staples? Probably treasures are. Like I said, everything makes treasure tokens. Oh, these days everything makes clue tokens. Used to be food.
The dragon one is
Hmm?
too expensive and too valuable, but this one is not as much mana.
This one's like $85.
It's still 85.
$85 to get that card.
Do you have it?
Yes, I have it. That card came in a commander deck, and it was cheaper for me to buy that commander deck than to buy that single card. So I bought the 100 card commander deck just for that one card.
You got the dragon one by pulling it out.
Yes. Yeah, the dragon one, I got the showcase ancient red dragon in a pack I pulled, and then I got the borderless ancient red dragon when our friend was over and he bought me for my birthday a collector booster box, and I paid for the box. Well, if I sold it, since I didn't sell it, it didn't pay for anything. It's just sitting in my collection. All this was a long time ago, Yuri. This is nothing. I don't buy cards now. I don't buy. Too much money goes into cards.
375 cards.
That one's gone down in value because they reprinted it in one of the I think Doctor Who books.
So now it's like 20.
No, it's still like one. I think it's a 130. So anyway, that's we have the foil snuff out from Marcadian Masks, which has what is it? Is that a goblin on it? The cover. It's right there. Let's see. It's right there. Really.
Yeah. You know how we code that one? I was looking through the chart. I was looking through board games with my friends. When you're a teenager, there's this card named Snuff Out and all these other cards. And then you wanted to see them, and then you search up your cards, and you saw it was $300.
Yeah, it was $300. Very expensive card, yeah.
The normal was 10.
Marcadian Mask foil cards are pretty rare, and I got a couple of them. But there was the Snuff Out, which is only that was the only foil ever printed until the Doctor Who foil.
It was $10, the normal one, but the foil was $300.
Yeah, because it's one that you can cancel the casting costs, right? Yeah, if you sacrifice a creature or something. Yeah, it's a cool card. It is a cool card. But again, I mean, would you play a game with that card, Yuri? I mean, it's a $130 card, right? $300 card.
I would be scared if someone steals it. Plus, is it a good card?
Well, yes. Snuff Out is a good card. If I remember right, it's a. I'm gonna have to pause here. All right, so this here is the card that Yuri's talking about. Snuff Out, Marcadian Masks, foil. Their foils were really rare back then. So I don't know when I actually pulled this or not, but it must have been back in the day, right? So let me read this here. If you control a swamp, you may pay 4 life instead of paying Snuff Out's mana cost. So that's the cool thing about it, is you can pay life instead of mana. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. So it's a targeted removal, right? Targeted removal, pay life instead of. So it is a good card because it's versatile. If you have nothing in your hand, if you have no mana, if all your mana is tapped, you could still target remove something just by life. And then commander life is like I got 40. So like 1/10 of your life, right?
Yeah, but when it's modding into a smaller life, right?
Yeah, in other formats. We only really play commander though.
It should be more life. If it's lower game, so the game lasts longer.
Alright, well, we're not going to get into the nuances of life totals of why it's life, Yuri. Come on. Alright. But anyway, so you have a good point. If you have expensive cards, you might want to be careful with them, right? I would suggest flashy sleeves maybe, right? Sleeves that don't match what everyone else has. I probably wouldn't put it in a black sleeve because it's pretty common, something something that's unique to you. It's pretty good. All right, but anyway, staples. Dockside Extortionist, yeah, I can see that being a staple. It's a very popular card. It's been around. But as far as the Ancient Copper Dragon, I don't see as many very people have this. I've never seen anybody play this other than me, and I'm only like usually this. I pulled my first Ancient Copper Dragon in my um, in my pre-release kit. In my pre-release kit, I had the Ancient Copper Dragon. I put that in a deck, and I've never played it except like once. It's like never comes up. It's like the card that you just never play. Yeah, it just never shows up. Like 99 cards, you know. Someday I'll roll that natural 20.
It's so crazy. You got 2 of them.
It is, and I don't have the black dragon. I don't, I got a couple of golden dragons. I got at least one of the silver, and then I got the bronze too. At least one bronze. So the black dragon's the only one I don't have. I guess not staple.
Yeah, it's in.
I like putting those in decks though because they're kind of fun cards. But then you have to bring dice and other things. Anyway, so talking about staples, I don't think dragons are staples. I don't think there's very few decks that they can really go into. It can really close out a game though, and that was something that the video did talk about, right? So it's a good ending piece, and I think that's good. Dockside Extortionist, I do have that. I put that in some decks. Sometimes I play it. I always feel bad because it's kind of a salty card, a card that people don't like because it works off of the artifacts that they have. So I usually just play it right away and then like kill it. I don't recur it and bring it up again and again and again. I think that's why people don't like it. Because you can bring things in the graveyard, it comes back in the field, you get more.
You play a card that you cannot die, and we cannot. You cannot lose, and we cannot win. So we destroy that character, and it was flying, so it's hard to destroy. And then we copy the character into a artifact, and we place it down somehow.
Well, no, it was the Platinum Angel, what Yuri's talking about. We'll go to that story. The Platinum Angel, which says they can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game. Then I was playing a Murkow Lord of Bones deck. So when it died, it became an enchantment, which then they had to find a way to remove the enchantment. So it was a lot of fun. That was a fun game.
And you almost brought it back.
Almost brought it back, but they all ganged up on me for some unknown reason. Just peaceful little Merkel. Anyway, that's our discussion, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about staples. I don't think dragons are staples. I think they could be used as closers if you have them, but they're expensive cards, All these cards are expensive. Dockside Extortionist, even though it did have a reprint in the new Master, the one Masters one, right? It still was up to Mythic, so it came up so rarely that it didn't really matter that it was reprinted. Really, it didn't change the price that much. It was about that time when I bought that deck. I tried to get the better price. Anyway, all right. Well, I hope you liked our little discussion here. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that bell notification. You can visit our Patreon. I'll put a few Amazon affiliate links in the description of Magic cards that you can go to because we don't have a TCG player affiliate link yet. I'll see about getting one, but we don't have it yet. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.